Deprogrammed. My name is Justin Wilson. I'm your host. I'm a guy. I stand here and I talk into a microphone. It's fun times. Today we're talking about Superdrag, and I'm really excited about it, not only because it turns out I really like the band, but also because it's a full-on discovery app. The whole panel is, we're all discovering Superdrag together. Man, I don't want to blow the spot, kid, because I don't know if, we'll see if he's calling. Tom Pappas from Superdrag is supposed to be calling. I emailed him to confirm, and I haven't heard back yet, which scares me. You know, these rock and roll dudes, baby.
Yeah.
But let me get a couple things out of the way while we're waiting for the phone call before we start talking about Superdrag. Patreon.com/Radio Free Radio. You right there. You listening on the radio, on the app, wherever you is. Yeah, you right there in the video camera hats.
Nude.
See? Yes. Check it out. Patreon.com/Radio Free Radio. $1 a month gets you everything we do. If you dig this program, if you dig The Popped, if you dig GMYD, any of those shows, all of those shows all come right to you on either the Patreon app or via email, however you want to consume it, but it all comes to you every night. Every night you're going to get 4 emails from me. Just about. I think it's about 4 a night. And more importantly, you're helping an independent station stay afloat and a small local business. I mean, that's what we are. And we want to stay as close to listener supported as possible without, an influx of, bummer ads. Nobody wants to hear about Joe's foot cream, especially not on this station. Tonight we're talking about Superdrag. And I've been talking a couple weeks about, the Superdrag and how I wanted to do an episode like this. And early on, I'm going to introduce the panel now. Segue. Jenny, you were one of the first who hopped on board. You were like, I'll do a discovery app, and I put Superdrag out there, and you were like, oh, sure, I'll check it out. And I think at first you were a little reluctant because maybe you heard something and you were just like, I don't know. But then you dove in.
Well, because I couldn't remember the band, to be honest.
Right.
Until I went back and listened to the one song. And, as you mentioned their name, I was like, okay, where were they from? Like, who were they? And I was somehow in my head, I put them in the same category as like that late 90s alternative trash, like Sugar Ray and Smash Mouth. And so I was pleasantly surprised when I actually listened to their discography.
Yeah. Well, we had a late joiner, and it's actually your first time on the Deprogrammed.
Yes.
And completely discovering a band. It's quite the task for your first episode. Andrew, he's a man of many names.
Many names.
Hats, Mofa, Mr. Podcast. Today he's Mr. Deprogrammed.
Sure.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Yeah, I was, went to Superdrag, and I'm like, the band that did this song, right? You're like, yeah, totally. I'm like, all right, because like a couple years ago, like them and Nada Surf would just kind of like pop into my head of like, what happened to them and all that, and like great songs, looking at their one hits, and then it was good diving into the rest of it. It was like, I've coined a new subgenre.
Oh yeah,
high school rock.
I like it.
It's totally high school rock. Like to think about it, like you look at like Popular, Sucked Out the Feeling, like Tonics, You Wanted More, and all that were like songs and like soundtracks from like all the high school, like coming of age, like what was then the young adult movies, like when the young adults were like a promising generation. Now all we get, when we were freshmen, like, and then you look at what we get now for young adult, and it's all like dystopian post-apocalyptic world because they've ruined everything. They're ruining.
Get off my lawn!
Like they are. No, they are worthless. But that's why all the movies now are like the world ended because of them. Because of young adults.
Music sucks.
And their entitled selfishness. Back then, like we were promising, like we're coming of age, we're going to high school, we're going to go to college, we're going to go become productive members of society.
I think it's because it's our generation that's making the movies now, and we realize that that's a bunch of crap. And
but no, we knew our place back then. Like we knew, like we weren't sit here to consume and suck up everything. Like that's what young adults now do.
They consume.
and they feel entitled to the world for having done nothing.
So,
But high school rock, I'm
High
all on
school
board.
rock.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's like high school rock. Like, aside from that was when we were in high school, and you listen to it and you just get taken back there like instantly and everything. But like, it just like so many of these songs, like you could put into random 90s movie from that era and it would fit like
Totally.
a glove.
I was pleasantly surprised coming to their, because, and if we get Tom here, I'll ask him. They apparently are an on-again, off-again band.
Yeah,
right-
there's some larger gaps between certain albums.
Yeah, like Industry Giants, I believe, was released in 2011. And
Is that the most recent one?
yes.
That was 15.
Well, that's what Spotify says. But
Yeah.
when you
Well,
look,
Spotify is right because that's what we use.
They lie. They lie.
If that's what it hit Spotify, that's when it came out. Right.
but looking into the band, apparently it was 2011. And again, these are all things that we can get confirmed.
Right.
Yeah.
But either way, they've re-broken up. And I guess Tom
Good for them.
was in the band in the initial run, and he was out come Valley of the Dying Stars, which was like 2000. And then he came back for, just before Industry Giants and leading up to Industry Giants and stuff like that. So I got to tell you, not only I bought In the Valley of Dying Stars on a whim
Really?
because I remembered Sucked Out.
Right.
And I saw it in some bin at FYE, and I'm like, Superdrag, huh?
Yeah.
The
why
99-cent bin.
It may have been like the 99-cent or the $2 bin, something like that. But I was like, sure, why not? One of the best purchases ever.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
When I initially got it, I played it out like crazy. I was like, man, this is really good. Why didn't I get into them? And then it's just funny coming back to it. Like even before I started doing this show, it found its way back into rotation for me.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, man, I really like this. And I found that, the half of the songs that were kind of like to me were the ones that I really dig now. So it's funny that, I guess 2004-ish, I was 24. So 24-year-old me and 35-year-old me,
Yeah.
we still like the same stuff, but it's kind of flipped a little bit.
Yeah.
But man, the guitars on all of these records, God bless it. I love the guitar sound of Superdrag.
Yeah, it's pretty consistent. And then like, there's so many songs. There's several on my list that like, it's the good. Like I've been really into like fuzz pedals and stuff like that. So like, a couple songs just have a good fuzz guitar intro or fuzz bass, and I'm like, yeah, that's going on the list.
Yeah.
Just out of that.
Oh yeah, there was
You know?
there was lots of songs where I listened. I mean, I'd listen to the whole song, but like just those first like 3 seconds of something really grimy, and I'm like, cool, I'm in, definitely in. And I was actually really surprised to go back to the older stuff, and even Regretfully Yours, which has the hit, Sucked Out isn't even the best song on that record.
No.
I wouldn't even put it in the top 5 of that record.
Probably not. It's a great song still.
Oh, I still
holds
enjoy
up,
it.
but I mean, it's like, there's like, oh man, like there should have been a couple more hits out of that record.
They had at least one other single, and we'll get into the songs here in a little bit. And I honestly think that not only is the other single more indicative of their sound, it's a way better song.
It is. And as I listened to their discography, I thought, I don't understand how this band wasn't huge in the 90s.
No,
Because
me neither.
This was like the perfect band for the 90s.
Yeah.
Like their
Yeah.
sound. And it's mind-boggling to me.
It's a little bit of fumbling from some of the reading that I was doing. They actually went through something similar that Hanson went through.
Puberty?
Yes.
Because that's what Hanson went through.
No,
They had that? I didn't know.
On their follow-up, Head Trip in Every Key.
Yes.
The record company wanted 13 sucked outs, and John Davis is like, I'm not writing you 13 sucked outs.
Yeah.
And they got in a real battle with their label, and they ended up writing the record that they wanted to. And that, I mean, it's technically, I guess they could come back, but that gives me, I have a lot of respect for that. To be, especially then, to be a band that
Before
says,
we knew that a lot of the labels were screwing over artists.
yeah, to say, well, screw you, we're gonna write the record that we want to,
Yeah.
and they were right. Head Trip is great.
It's
Yeah.
fantastic. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like you got to respect a band that just has that kind of they understand their material, they love their material, and they have that kind of respect for what they're doing to turn down. I mean, the record came out and they flopped, and
right. But not to mention the consistency throughout the discography.
Yes,
Like
you know what I mean.
Like, I would as I was discovering the band, I was kind of flip flopping. So I started out with the band with Sucked Out on it, or the album with Sucked Out on it. Then I went to Industry Giants, the most recent one, and then I would just kind of go back and forth and kind of jump around and see what changes, if anything, was there to their sound, which there really wasn't, and then just kind of the evolution progress of songwriting and just kind of see how they've matured.
Yeah,
which was really interesting.
You brought up Not a Surf, and I love Not a Surf. I have High Low, which is the one with popular right now. I have The Weight Is a Gift, which came out in like 2005. Eventually, I'm going to do Not a Surf because I want to listen to the record.
And I'd be happy to do a discovery on that because I've never listened to them. So like you can be the one who knows them, and I can be the discovery person that time.
I definitely I've got the two. Like I said, I got High Low, which is the introductory, and then I got Weight Is a Gift. The Weight Is a Gift is much more grown up. Yeah. And that was the one thing I was worried about listening to Superdrag was that they were going to grow up. And they did, but they didn't abandon their sound.
Yeah.
Which is what brings me to the ball game. Those guitars are going to keep me every time. Davis has got a great voice. I love it. I love what he's singing. But them guitars are the reason I'm there.
Yeah.
And I'll go to bat for every heavy riff and that's what I had in mind when I started putting my 20 songs together. I'm like, normally I just kind of pull in my favorites, and a lot of these are my favorites. A lot of them are also very indicative of this. This is the sound of Superdrag. This is what you need to hear, so this is what they sound like, and then everything else can be a nice, fun surprise. I think that once we come up with a list, I really think we're gonna turn some people on to a band that they had completely they'd completely forgotten about or written off however long ago. That being said, I guess it's time to start playing the game. If Tom calls in, we'll get him in, and we'll talk to him, and we'll pick his brain about Superdrag. So the rules are there are no rules. We set some with Superdrag because all of us were discovering. So we chopped out a couple like B-sides or a B-sides record, right? It was like just some reworks.
Yeah.
For the most part, we carried everything in. Yeah, I think we carried almost everything in.
Much. Just that one album was the double album or whatever.
Yeah.
That was like all stuff that was on other albums.
Yep. And so we brought in Senorita, which was a single EP, and then we brought in the 8-track sound of Superdrag, which was
the predecessor.
Regret. Actually, they wrote them all before Regretfully Yours. Like as they were waiting for Regretfully Yours to release, they went in and recorded them on 8-track and put it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
These are just neat little stories about that. Like I have a lot of respect for this band after delving into them. So, also, I just started this last week with Elvis Costello. When it gets down to the nitty gritty, and if we're trying to fill out the rest of the 10, each of us gets a chance to play 15 seconds of a song that we want to go to bat for.
Okay.
So,
yeah, because I'm horrible with names, even with bands that I like. Like when we did Blur, there was a song that you named, and I'm like, I don't know that song. Like I listen to them every day.
Yeah.
That album was good.
Yeah.
That's all I ever heard of that. But that album was good all the all.
Well, what's fun is, or what's especially with something like this, like we may not have that name recognition.
Right.
So we're going to do our best.
That's why I made notes next to mine.
College Trophy. Yeah,
I was like, this is why I picked this, at least for the main list,
I should have, but
I figured that was a good thing to do because
Station.
otherwise I'd have been like, yeah, I picked this song. Why? I don't know.
I just like
I
it.
like the name.
Unfortunately, that's
a
a
good
lot
name.
but that's a lot of times what it draws me to a song. If it's got
Yeah.
a good name, I'm like, okay, I'm going to listen to this one, and if it fits the bill, and I'm like, okay, you can get on to the next round.
Right.
I did have a hard time cutting it down to 20. I had an initial cut that brought it down to 50. It's like, oh, cool. I'm going to have a really easy time with this. And then I started listening to them. Like, ooh. Oh!
Yeah.
And then I finally got it down to, I was down to 38 this morning. And
wow.
I just like I had to do last week, I just started getting aggressive. And I'm like, this one kind of sounds like this one, so okay, bye-bye.
Yeah.
And then, I noticed that I was stacking up some Valley and Regretfully Yours. I'm like, okay, let's get some of that out of here.
As far as that goes, I didn't try to strategize or like spread it out over different albums. Like I definitely played favorites this time. There are albums that I absolutely loved, start to finish, and I didn't try too hard to cut some of those songs out.
Well, it's a smart play. All right, so let me. I think I know. We were talking about this already, so let's play. This was the second single off of Regretfully Yours. Okay. Again, I feel like it's much more indicative of their sound. I feel like it's a much better song. It's a way more fun video.
Destination, video?
Yeah, Destination Ursa Major.
Ah, I love that song. Yeah, that was on my list.
Yeah, it's so good. Like I don't remember that at all. I very clearly.
Well, see the weird thing, because where are they from?
Tennessee.
Tennessee, yes.
Okay, so like, because you get a lot of regional hits and stuff like that. Like the weird thing was, I remember back, I was still in the Navy, and me and my buddies went on like a spring break trip, and we went down to Florida, and we had come across something corporate on the radio with "If You See Jordan," and it would just like hit us as like almost the anthem for that trip, and then we never heard it up in Ohio. Just because it was that regional thing. So, like, it only made it kind of along the East Coast. But so you get some of that where, like, it was big over here, but not other parts of the country, too. So I was just kind of curious to see if that played into it or not.
I remember a lot of Local H songs being played here on 96. And again, like, I'm thinking this whole time, like, every song I'm listening to, this would have 96 at that time? Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. But for sure, and I don't remember Destination Ursa Major getting any video play. I don't remember it on the radio at all, but it's a great tune. And all three of us have it. Yeah. One song.
In the books.
We're 9 more to go.
Yeah. We'll see how the rest goes.
Yeah. So the rest could be a little out there. So we'll see. All right, Jenny, what you got?
I think I'm going to start with a song from my favorite album of theirs, which was Head Trip in Every Key. I'm going to go with She's a Holy Grail.
It's on my list, too.
Nice.
That was a good one. See, part of the easy thing for me was, like, listening, because, like, I listened to 3 of the albums before today, and then crammed the rest in at work. But it was like, within 15 seconds of any given song, I could tell whether I liked it or not. Yeah. Like, regardless of the name or anything, I was just, like, listening to it in the car or wherever, and I'm like, that one's good,
Right. I loved how that one just had like this waltzy kind of sound, and it had like a music box sort of quality to it. And I think this was the one. Like I said, this is where I have to rely on my notes. The ending, it sounded like a music box that had just like ran out, and it
plus it was like
down. And
you got to have that nice
creepy
acoustic song in there too.
Yeah.
Which was cool.
Yeah.
So I will put that in the convo. I unfortunately did not have that. So, but it's
well,
in
you
the
were
convo.
wrong.
Andy, you are up, good sir. What do you got?
I just kind of went through my. Let's see, where should I go? Because like we were talking earlier, was it Changing Tires on the Road to
yes,
whatever Road to Ruin? Like that was an album. Like listening to it, like the first half, like it's like I don't know if I'm gonna get anything out of this album because I was trying to get something from like each album at least,
right?
To feel fair. And then it was like, and then like the second half it was all good, and then so Keep It Close to Me was a good one. Like the sound, it was just kind of like that, the classic Superdrag sound. Like it had, the high school rock,
I know what I know, but
yeah, I have that
don't want to feel like an asshole. I have the version from Valley, but what does it matter?
I mean, we can count it, right? Because I think that's the one I have too.
Yeah, definitely count it. It's track 1 on Valley, and that was one of the first songs that coming back to the album, I didn't care for the first time around. Listening to it this time, I was like, oh,
I loved it. Like,
I love rock and roll, but I don't want to deal with the hassle. And then the burnt. Oh,
Yeah.
God.
I love how it starts off kind of slow, but it picks up at the exact right time.
Yep.
It doesn't go too long.
Yeah.
It doesn't jump into it way too fast.
Yeah.
And I felt like that was another just double middle fingers to the record label.
Yeah.
You know, after their last one, because I think this was on their new album, their new label.
Yeah.
Like they lost the last contract or whatever, so that was kind of like
Screw
giving
you.
the finger to
Yeah.
the
We
whole
know what we're doing
industry.
here.
Yeah.
We know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
And
We got
damn,
this.
damn, don't they, man? It's a fun song. It's got that bounciness right there, but it like Hat said, it's got signature Superdrag
Yeah.
sound, and it's everything you need out of a Superdrag song. All right, 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
We're doing well. That might be where it stops
Yeah, we'll see.
because I am going to have trouble describing why, because I always go through. I like this one. Let me go Shuck and Jive.
That was on my list.
It's such a great riff. And again, really thick, fuzzy guitars.
Yeah.
And I need that.
I don't even remember that song.
I need it
This
bad.
is,
Yeah, it
this
was
is
on,
where I have problems with it. Is it on the Industry Giants?
No, it was.
Shuck
Was it
and-
on Fabulous 8-track?
Maybe.
No, it was on. I gotta find out
I
my
feel like
list.
Shuck and Drive might have been regretfully yours.
Ah, that's all right. I don't remember it. Which is not surprising.
Let me open up my Spotify. Actually, I don't need to
I'm
because
looking- I know it's on my list, and I put the years because it was.
the
on,
fabulous Jenny Zill introduced me to.
Living that Trello, right?
Yes. I've got it's Head Trip.
Okay. I don't know. I like how I just sat there and said, "Yeah, that's my favorite album," and then I don't remember that one.
I like that one cover to cover. I never heard of it.
Well, to be fair, all of us have basically crammed. You know what?
Yeah,
what
there
did it
was-
was?
yeah,
like
it was just
6
one of my-
records.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's why I
it's-
put the years too, because it was like, like some of them, like I said, just kind of have that sound where like it takes you back to like instant like 90s
Yeah.
high school rock, and other ones just kind of just still feel like where I was in my life at that time, like just fits in, like just throw it into
Yes, sir.
classic movie of that era,
Yep.
slots in.
All right, Jenny.
Okay. Man, you keep getting all the ones that I was gonna name. Let's see. I'm gonna go with "Going Out" in the Valley of Dying Stars.
So good.
I was on my honorable mentions.
Ooh,
That counts, right?
good that it's still in the conversation.
Sure.
Because I cut it late today. I remember when I went.
I just love the ridiculous amount of rhyming
Going
in the
out.
chorus on that song.
Yeah.
Like they just open up the rhyming book and just
All
go-
of this.
like all of them. Yeah, just all of them.
It also has like that great guitar sound at the beginning. It has the. Oh yeah. I tell you, Valley is such a good record. I fell in love with it all over again this week. All right, Andy.
All right. Let's go to another album here. The Staggering Genius had a really good
Yes.
groove to it.
Yes, it did.
From that was on Last Call for Vitriol.
Yes.
I don't have that one.
Another just great riff.
Yeah.
There's if you like riffage,
Yeah.
then
Yeah, that's some good riffs, and like I said, that one but it just has that groove. Like you just get into it.
yeah. Where do I want to play? I feel like I'm gonna play a Valley. Yeah, I'm gonna play Valley. This is another one of the songs from Valley that I barely even thought about the first time around, and when I came back to it a couple months ago, I was like, wow, it's a great close of the record. It's the perfect antithesis. I don't know what word I'm looking for. To
Antithesis.
yeah.
I don't know, but maybe not that word.
Keep it close to me. It's like I don't want to call it the polar opposite, but Keep It Close to Me is like a great open. In the Valley of Dying Stars is an excellent close. I just love, again, the guitar sounds. some great call and response, some great backup vocals. That's something that's lost. I like a really solid backup vocal with loud guitars.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's so pretty. It's a head trip in every key.
It
Yeah.
is.
Anybody else got Valley?
No.
Oh, our first strike.
No, God, that hurts. Because that was like probably number 30 for me, and
Yeah.
I kept wanting to bump it up to 20. Like there was no 35. It was either on the list or it was like, you know.
Yep. I got you. Alrighty, Jenny.
All right. Okay, this is where my bias for this band is going to come in because as like I've mentioned on the show before, like my number one thing is that I'm a Beatles fan.
Yeah.
And anything that they did that sounded like a Beatles song, I was just instantly in love with.
Sure.
Nice.
And Way Down Here Without You on Last Call for Vitriol it sounded like basically something straight out of Hard Day's Night. And I'm sure you guys don't have it, but I
don't.
love it and I wanted to talk about it on the show.
No, that's what it's about, though. Sometimes you have songs that you know nobody else has, but it needs a little light shined on it. I get it. I don't have it.
I don't think I have it.
It's okay. We can.
It's a pretty song. Listen to it.
Yeah. I'm sure it was. Like, wait, no, I have Drag Me Closer to You. That's not it. Was that the name of the song?
Way down here
Way
without
Down
you.
Here
Wait,
Without
Never
You.
Have Without You. It's on Vitriol.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
Womp womp.
All right,
Yeah.
Andy.
All right.
We're still doing good.
Yeah. But to go back to Valley of the Dying Stars,
Ooh,
that one did have some kind of tragedy,
damn right it did.
and that was a really good song.
Yes. I don't.
It just kind of has that classic the feel,
melody.
you know.
Waiting on some kind of tragedy. Da-na.
That was also a very late cut for me.
Oh, well, it's still in the conversation. That's how I feel about it. Like, as long as two of us got it, we
Yeah.
have something to come back to later.
Are we going to have like 25 songs in the conversation?
Maybe. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 already.
Yeah.
So we're off to a
God.
good start.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Where do I want to go? Where do I want to go? I believe that this was a single as well off of Head Trip.
Mm-hmm.
Do the Vampire.
Ooh, I have that on
That one
honorable
was-
mentions.
Do the Vampire.
See.
See where-
No, that one didn't make my list. But I remember it was pretty good, but it was like looking at the catalog of everything else, like I was like, there's
Yeah.
better stuff in there,
Well, I get it.
you know.
To me, it was just the right amount of catchy. That
Mhm.
Sure.
that as I was coming through, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I came back to it and I couldn't skip over it. And I was like,
Mhm.
I'm listening to
That's
it all the way
exactly-
through.
yeah.
I might as well. It should be brought up. So,
Mhm.
alrighty, Jenny.
All right. Like pretty much every song left on here is from the same album, I think. So I think this is gonna be another long shot, but I'm gonna throw it out there anyway. The Art of Dying from Head Trip.
I feel like is that one on there?
I thought that was a really cool one, not just because it kind of referenced a George Harrison song. Again, my bias.
Yeah.
Right.
But it also had that like that 60s, like it had the sitar and the
Mhm.
that
Yeah, I
Indian kind
remember.
of sound
Yeah,
to
that
it.
was not on my list, but yeah, it was good. Like I said, there was like so much that was good, but then it was like, I know there's better.
Right.
Yeah.
I think with me, it actually stuck out. It actually was initially in my 10,
Mm-hmm.
and I pulled it out because I decided to go with trying to.
I know that's on my honorable mentions was Art of Dying.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it
so
did
it's in the
make it there.
conversation.
Yeah,
But
Sneak through.
yeah. All right, I got you back.
let me find it. Why is
Yeah.
it not on this thing?
I mean, even though I love their guitar stuff and I love the harmonies and everything they do, like that one was so different. Like it just had a totally different sound to it than most other stuff, and it was a very weird close to that album. So
That was the only strike against it for me. Was I was going for mostly guitar rock, and it's just different approaches to the
Right.
show. There it is. There it is. Let me
Yeah.
bring it on up here. All right, Mof.
All right. Where do I want to pick from? 5 Minutes Ahead of the Chaos
Ooh.
from the most recent album. You know, it's like it's a short kind of one shot, but it just kind of it just does it for me.
Sometimes that's
You
all
know,
it
I
takes,
mean,
right?
like really, it's like it's very simple, but like it's just kind of the right amount of like aggressive in your face, without like punching you kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah.
That was one where I loved the title, and that almost was enough to grab me just because I love the title so much. There was a lot on Industry Giants that were like that, but compared to everything else, like you said, when you compare it to everything else, it's like, do I like this one as much as this one? And you just have to cut it,
I think that's what ended up happening to most of Industry Giants for me. Is it's a great record, but like putting it up against all their older work, is like, man, I ended up cutting a lot. So you don't have 5 minutes either?
Nope.
Okay.
That's okay.
Hey, it made it.
Yeah.
It made it this far.
Yeah. It got picked.
Yes. Okay. Well, we talked a little bit about it in the lead up. I almost brought all of the Senorita into it.
It was tough. It was really tough not to be honest.
It was not. It was a nice pick for a single.
Yeah.
For 5 tracks on that album, or the single or whatever,
Yeah.
it was solid.
Yeah. And I was just like, at this morning, I decided. I think I ended up with 2 in, but I was like, okay, I don't want to bring the whole thing. I'm gonna just bring 2, and so I went with Senorita.
I have that.
Yeah, it's on my honorable mention. Yeah.
Nice. 3 in.
Yeah.
So does that count as automatic if it's 2 honorable mentions?
Yep, because
Nice.
it's on all 3.
Yeah.
The thing with Senorita, Mof and I have been talking a lot about like the crunchiness of the guitars. Whoa.
Yeah.
That whole EP, that whole single.
Yeah,
is
like
just,
the one I picked off of there for the actual list.
It is so crunchy, and it's so loud and abusive and lovely. Ah, God, I love it. All right, Jenny.
Okay, this is on Regretfully Yours. What If You Don't Fly?
I cut that. That was like this morning.
Yeah, that one's not on
This
there.
is one of those songs that I remember loving it, and I'm sure if I listened to it, I'd be like, oh yeah, I got it. I got that one. But my notes, all I wrote down for it is that it sounds like the Oneaters from That Thing You Do.
Yeah, like there was like a couple songs that had that like 50s, 60s
Yeah,
kind of
they-
like
Yeah.
There was a lot of stuff that just sounded
Oneaters
like
feel to it. And I was like,
it sounded like American British invasion.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing I could think.
Yeah.
And that's what made me go back and watch the movie last week. I was like, I want to see that. That
I
was
do
a
want.
great
I need to
movie.
watch that movie again.
Dang it. Let me find it. Where is it? Why are you hiding from me? Mof, you're up.
All right. Going back to the Senorita single, HHT had that fuzz,
Yeah, it did.
and like I was just like, yeah,
That
like, I
one-
need some of that.
That one pained me to cut today.
Oh, really?
So bad. But I did.
Yeah. Oh, you know.
I
I
don't think
didn't.
have that one. No, I don't have that one.
Yeah, that's
I
okay.
have a feeling we're going to have
Yeah.
a lot. We don't usually have that many that nobody has. It's just 3 people looking at a new band
Yeah,
from completely different places in life. So
it's true.
And like we were saying, like that whole single was just so solid. It's like,
Yeah.
which one do you like the best out of those, or which
Yeah.
2 or whatever?
And since I was like in that spot where I needed 1 more for the main list and 2 honorable mentions, like I
Yeah.
was able to get a couple in there. You know.
So I don't think we've gotten to Fabulous 8-Track yet. So
Yeah, I got
I'm
some
gonna-
songs in there.
I'm gonna
We'll
toss one
talk
in
about
here.
that.
again, it has that fuzz to it most of the record. And I went with Bloody Hell. Yeah.
That was a good one, but it's not on my list. I remember that much.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
I hear those sounds, I assume.
Yeah.
That whole album, I think it was again one of those things where I liked a lot of things, but there was just so many other songs
Yeah.
that edged it out that I don't think anything made the
Ooh.
cut for me. But like maybe 2 on the honorable mentions. So if
Okay.
you guys can hit those, then
Yeah. I have one of my honorable mention from that. One's on the main list.
We're still doing really good. We've got
Yeah.
3 autos, and we've got like 6 or 7.
not bad.
Yeah, 6 or 7 on 2. Considering, again, this is full-on discovery. We're all just learning about this band. All right, Jenny.
You know what? Let me just go ahead and round out Senorita and say Cuts and Scars.
Not on my list.
I didn't think so, considering we were like dancing all around every other track.
Yeah.
I was like, let me just knock that
Let's
one
throw it
out.
out there, see what happens.
Man, that's good,
This is
though.
where I should be playing the game. I'd just do like Justin and just start randomly picking stuff off honorable mentions. No, this is totally on my list.
Yeah. All right, Andy.
All right. We'll go back to 8-Track and Really Through.
That's the one I got.
Oh.
You know, it's just quintessential 90s era alt rock, high school rock sound to it. I'm like, yes.
You
My
know-
note just says, "Wow, so 90s."
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, super 90s and awesome.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is I was reading on Amazon about the record because
Yeah.
I was thinking about scooping it up,
Mhm.
and that's the song that people were saying that's the one you need to listen to. I don't know why it escaped me, but it did. Now I'm trying to find it on this list here, so
You
I
know,
can
sometimes,
scroll
like,
it up.
as I was going back and like kind of scanning through albums the second time, I heard a song that I completely loved, and I think maybe even made it into my top 20. But the first time listening through, it's like I just spaced out and didn't hear it or something.
Yeah.
So you know, it's easy to do when you're listening to like 100 and some songs.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so where do I play now? Let me
A good one. I don't know.
let me go. Let me go to Industry Giants.
Okay.
Let's go with Death Blow to Your Pride. 'Cause
Yes.
I've been looking at this one.
Yeah.
That was
That one's on
another
my
one
list.
where I loved the title, and I was just
It has that sound.
Yep.
You know, it has
Yeah.
the Superdrag sound. Like, it's there.
That's what I needed.
And that, you know, that was really like the nicest thing though. Like, you know, you listen to the hit album and then you go to the most recent work and like, wow, they really consistent across the menu.
Yeah.
You know, I was just like, that's awesome.
If nothing else, you know you're going to get a Superdrag record if it's Superdrag's name is on it. And that
Yeah.
sounds like a stupid thing to say.
But it, you know, when you look at the discography of so many other bands and like, you know, sometimes they change a lot.
Yeah.
You know, like even if you look at, you know, something like a Metallica, like a Van Halen or anything like that, and like, you know, there's lots of ebb and flow and just kind of, you know, some evolution and changing with the times. And then there's bands like this where it's very consistent throughout, you know, and it's like, well, they didn't really sell out. They didn't, you know, they stayed the same, but they're like, it's not the same to where it's like everything sounds the same. Like,
Right.
it's just they have their sound and they've stuck with
they
it.
just stay true to themselves.
Yeah.
Exactly. They're writing Superdrag records.
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
They wrote Superdrag records.
Right.
And that's you can't fault them for that.
Yeah.
All right, Jenny.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Oh, what am I gonna play? I'm gonna go with Hellbent
Yeah.
on Head Trip.
Oh, no.
that on my-
I did have it. I did. I swear to God, I did. It must have been one of the cuts today. I swear I had it, and it's not over there now.
Oh, that's sad. That's sad.
Yeah, I did not. I thought it was on a honorable, but it was not.
Man, I was hoping Mof was going to
Yeah.
save me here.
That was just kind of a fun, kind of poppy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it was just kind of bouncy. But they always kind of stay a little bit cynical and a little bit dirty, and that's what I love about
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
All right, Mof.
All right. Going back to changing tires on the road to ruin, relocate my satellites. Was a great
I
song.
think that was song 21.
Yeah.
I think that was like the
That was
last
just-
one I cut.
Don't
one of my
have that one.
faves.
It's a good
Nope.
one.
It's really good. I'm telling you guys.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Like it felt like this last week doing Costello. It's
Yeah.
like
That would have been like
I feel
tough,
like-
you
I
know,
feel
with
like
a big
there aren't
artist
wrong
like that.
answers.
Like I would not have wanted to take that on.
yeah,
You
that
know.
was a discovery for me. So I
Yeah.
had to take the
Yeah, I
whole
mean, it
thing
would have
and
been a
that was-
discovery. Like I know him,
Couple.
and some of his work, but it's like to go through everything and be like, he's so. I don't want to cut anything. I feel bad.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure there's like some that are absolutely like you're gonna have throwaway songs, but there's probably, I mean, Elvis Costello's probably got 200 songs or something. I don't know how many he had. Like probably a large body of work.
We trimmed it down to 8 records
Uh-huh.
and 111 songs.
Yeah. So basically, what we worked with this, but I'm like, okay, of that, there was probably maybe 10 throwaway songs. They were
Well,
probably on like nobody's list, and
for-
then like everything else was like,
First comb through,
Yeah.
that we only got like 2 through, so we already beat last week. I think we
Yeah.
only got 2 all the way through,
yeah.
like in the immediate, and then everything else had to be discussed.
Uh-huh.
So, but it was a lot to discuss.
Yeah.
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 All right, so I'm up. Am I?
Sure. Yeah.
Yes, I think.
Mhm.
Oh man, I don't know how I feel.
Yeah.
There's 2 versions.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which one I picked. Oh, changing tires. Okay. Extra sensory.
Nope.
No,
No. Okay. A little sappy. So
it was not a bad song, but like
no.
just like, you know, like I said, there was better out there. For me, there was better out there. You know, because like I came at it from a musician standpoint and everything else, like kind of what's really written well and what's just kind of like, you know, plug in the formula kind of thing, and this is what'll come out. You know, so.
All right, Jenny.
All right. I'm gonna go with "Truest Love" from "Regretfully Yours."
No.
That was tough because I liked a lot of the songs on that. They had like just the classic '90s sound, and it was almost kind of like emo, and not like fake My Chemical Romance emo,
no, I
but
got
like
you. Yeah.
you know, there's people out there who think that you know that shit is real emo, and it's not.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
But yeah, that was probably my favorite one of that style.
Okay.
Oh, I feel bad about that one.
Well, maybe I can turn it around because I'll go with the same avenue and even the same record. Nothing Good Is Real.
Oh.
See, I felt that was the emo song to go with because it's like it's
even in the title.
It's like it's that sad emo kind of thing, but it's not like I want to commit suicide emo. It's just like, yeah, that kind of sucks, you know? Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. What should I play? What do I want to play here? Let me make sure I've got it in the right place. Yeah, it is. These guys are really good at track ones.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Justin Be Loving track ones.
That's right.
If you're great at track ones, you're probably going to nab me.
Yeah.
They're also really good at last tracks, too. I don't want to discount that.
Yeah.
Which was a great conversation top 5 from High Fidelity. Best track 1, side 1.
Yeah.
You know.
So, on track ones, I'm going to go with Slot Machine.
That was a good one, but not on my list.
Regretfully Yours opens it up. Because when I finally got to Regretfully Yours, I'm expecting everything to kind of sound like Sucked Out. And I'm like, oh, boy.
So that was the thing I started there.
Yeah.
Like, okay, let me go with what I know and then work around it and bounce around.
And to my pleasant surprise, nothing really was in that same. I mean, you know, there's close bits and pieces. But Slot Machine, great track 1, great tone setter, and not on anybody else's list.
No,
so that's okay.
Yeah.
All right. This is basically my last one. Amphetamine from Head Trip.
Yes. I'm pretty sure I have that on there.
Oh, yeah.
Where is that?
It was a nice ballady kind of sound. And again, like, even though it's kind of sweet sounding, it's still like, you know, singing about strychnine and,
I swear I had it.
you know, it's kind of cynical and kind of dark, and I loved it.
I don't have it.
No.
I thought I did. I think it was probably one that, like, just got edged out,
How
I bet.
dare you toy with my emotions.
Yeah. And I was probably, because there was, like, a couple other songs that were, like, yeah, because, like, you know, Aspartame off of, you know, Industry Giants was a good one.
Yeah, that was
You know.
another close one for me.
All right, Andy.
Yeah. I'd say Aspartame, you know, off of Industry Giants. Just kind of talking about it, I mean, since I was there.
I do not have Aspartame.
No.
Okay, that's fine.
Where is it? Where is it? How dare you? Okay. Let's see. I'll take it back to Changing Tires.
Okay.
This one really stuck out to me initially, and I listened to it again this morning to make sure.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I Am Incinerator.
No.
Nope.
It's kind of a punk, more of a punk song
Yeah.
than your typical Superdrag. And I swing out, swing and strike out,
Swing and miss.
swing and miss.
So should I name some off my honorables, or should we just...
Yeah, let's try to like get a couple
Rapid.
more in here. Rapid
Yeah.
fire.
All right. Here We Come.
Oh, that's such a good one. Nope.
That one, the only reason that wasn't on my top 10 is because as I listened to it, I was like, not only does this sound like the Beatles, it's basically just she came in through the bathroom window, and that's it. So I was like, I'm marking you guys down for, you know, a little bit of a knockoff.
Yeah,
but
that's fine.
All right, so rapid fire.
All right. Cheap Poltergeist, or try whichever one actually was the...
Cheap
that's a-
Poltergeist, and I
okay.
do have that one.
Yeah. Because I had, like, an STP kind of sound to it,
Right.
Yeah.
which I'm big on them. So I was like, yeah.
Rocket.
Ooh, I might have that one. Oh no, that
No,
was
yeah, that was a good one
late.
though. Yeah,
it
did
was
not,
like number 22.
did not make the cut.
All right. See-
I think I already named that one. Unprepared.
oh,
No.
we're all over the place here.
Mhm.
All right, Andy.
Let's go. No Inspiration.
Ooh.
Ooh,
It
I
was
have
kind of a
that one.
ballady tune. I thought that was a good one.
I have that one. That was the one that sounded real 60s. It almost sounded more like the Ronettes or something. is what I have on
Yeah.
my
It was like
notes.
it had a ballady feel. It wasn't like the acoustic number that was She's My Holy Grail, but it was just kind of like that lighter, you know,
Mhm.
like kick back and ease off for a bit.
Let's see, where is it? Why is it not? I know it's on here.
Yeah.
I seen it.
It's right there. Yeah, the other ones.
There's that. All right. Antichrist.
Pretty sure I have that one on my. The anti. Yeah. Yeah, that's on my main 20.
All right.
Yeah, it has that soundtrack, like 90s sound to it.
Yep. All right. Let's see. Get that in here. Just
Okay.
trying to make sure we have enough in the conversation.
Sure.
I have 5 left. I don't know how many you guys have left.
I don't know. I haven't been marking them off, so I don't know. But I know which ones I've talked about, but you know.
Okay.
I have 2, so I'm going to name off my favorite of these 2, which is Bankrupt Vibration.
Yeah.
That was another good middle
Yeah.
finger to the record industry
Mhm.
thing.
Remain You're Strange.
God damn it.
That was a good one.
That was a really good one.
Yeah.
Filthy and Afraid.
Yeah.
No.
That's so close.
My last one is So Insincere.
Damn it.
Yeah.
That one.
Feels like I said that one already,
mhm.
but who knows? It's late.
Yeah. Drag Me Closer to You was a good one. Did we say that? I don't think we.
Not yet.
Yeah, no. I thought that was good. What's it? What is?
All right. So let me see if I match up with you at all,
Mhm.
Andy.
Okay.
I'm just going to rattle off these 4.
Sure.
Sleeping Beauty.
No.
Pine Away.
Pine Away? No.
Sugar.
No.
My Prayer.
Yes.
Oh.
That was an honorable mention.
All right.
Mhm.
Let me put this up here. And then before we get into this, dang, it's already 57.
Yeah.
I guess we're going a little long tonight.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's my station.
Yeah.
I won't.
Well,
We started a little bit later, right?
Yeah,
we're fine.
sure.
We're fine.
Yeah.
All right. So, is there anything else you want to make sure you get in the conversation before we start to the next phase, Andy?
This was this one was an honorable mention, and if I remember the song right, Garmbosia, like if you listen to that song, and that was from the Regretfully Yours in '96, but like you listen to that song, like you heard stuff from that stylings from that song and like a lot of the mid 2000s like indie rock, you know, especially like locally and stuff like that. Like you could just, you know, throw a rock and hit types of riffs from that, you know,
Right.
song in any band you would hear around here.
All right.
And yeah, I mean, there's some other honorables, but it's nothing. Not too many of the other ones really stand out.
Did both of you guys have Remain You're Strange, or did just Andy?
Just me.
Okay. And So
Yeah.
So Insincere, was it just one of you?
I think
I
it was
think
just
Jenny?
me.
Just clearing out
Mhm.
as we start the next round.
Every little bit helps, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
But we're probably up to like 15 to 20 now.
Let's see, what do we got here? We got 3 completely in. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Ouch.
13.
13, and then we have to
We have to
make
get
a
7.
list of 10, a
Yep.
master list.
Yeah, we got to get 7 out of 13.
Okay.
That's not
That's not too bad. That's a
No.
little bit right about
it's
half.
tight, yeah, but
You know.
okay. So I'll go through the 13 that we have, and if anybody wants to move their position to just automatically move it in, we'll go ahead and do that.
Can you remind me which ones we have absolutely first?
We have Destination Ursa Major, which is yes,
Unanimous, yeah.
Keep It Close to Me, and Senorita are
Yeah.
in.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So She Is a Holy Grail.
I think I think
I like that.
that was really good. That was on my main. That was in my. Well, I can't really say top 10. I didn't order them, but that was in my main 20.
So I'm the one that has to be budged on that. Let me get through them and see if
Yeah.
there's anything else first.
Okay.
Shuck and Jive,
Yeah, that was
That's
on my
me.
main 20.
Going Out. Was I the odd man out on that?
I had that. Yeah, I mean, I had
guys
that
both had
honorable
that.
mention.
Yeah, you guys both had that, I think, because
Yeah.
Jenny played it and you
Yeah.
had it. I'm willing to budge on that, totally. I love that song.
Yeah,
The Staggering Genius,
yeah, I'd say for sure. I mean, like,
that was me and you.
yeah,
right?
it was. I mean, like I said, it's that groove like hooks you in.
Some Kind of Tragedy.
Yeah.
Which one of us is that?
I have that one.
Okay.
That was
Do the Vampires, me and Jenny.
mm-hmm.
The Art of Dying was you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Really Through was you guys.
Yeah,
Death Blow to Your Pride was me and Mof.
Yep.
Cheap Poltergeist was you guys.
mm-hmm.
Antichrist was me and Mof.
Mm-hmm.
No Inspiration was you guys.
Yeah,
My
I had
prayer.
it, yeah.
My prayer was me and Mof.
Yeah.
So any of those anybody wants to move on?
I feel. I would definitely say, "Death Blow to Your Pride." I think should really. I feel really belongs in there. Like,
It's off the new record.
yeah, it's
uh,
off the new record, but like again, like you have a consistent sound, and like that's like definitely a standout song. Like when I was, because I remember I was listening to that album like in the car and everything, and like I would just hear songs, and I'm like, that one.
Do you want to use your 15 seconds here to try to sway Jenny?
I would love to hear it. So, like, if that counts for anything.
Well, if she wants to hear it, then let her use her 15 seconds. I'll say mine.
I think
How about if we want to hear it, I don't feel like that should burn anybody's time.
this is a three-way discovery, so I think like it's tougher to like just
Yeah.
have one.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know.
All right, so
For
let
sure.
me get up here to Industry Giants. Death
Yeah.
Blow to Your Pride, track 12. Oh, I forgot that it was the close.
Yeah.
All right, so it's got all the elements.
I'm sold. I'm sold.
Yeah. How could you not be? Like I said, like,
It's sold.
yeah.
Nice.
Like you hear it and you're just like, that one. You know, that was the thing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, in a lot of ways it was easy to pick songs because like 10, 15 seconds literally was all you needed at the beginning. Like, this song's going to be good,
Yeah.
you know.
All right. What do we have? Well, we got 5 in. We need 5 more.
Okay.
I like Keep It Close to Me. I think that was.
It's already in.
Oh, that was already in.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell you, short attention span.
Yeah.
Like super short attention span. So we got She's Our Holy Grail.
Mhm.
You know, I like Do the Vampire. I think that was another single of theirs, but
Yeah.
that was that was pretty solid for their sound.
Let's get a little bit of that in
Yeah.
here. See if we can't put it on through. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Talk about songs you can hear in a movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, it still doesn't, like, stand out when I listen to a lot of everything else, but it definitely, like, you know, I can hear it in, like, you know, like walking into the party kind of thing, and
Yeah.
like in high school rock.
Yeah.
Funny
know.
thing about Do the Vampire, I think during their war with the label, the label said we need more songs. We need more songs. Do the Vampire actually came about in the second time when they went back and wrote more songs.
Yeah.
So you don't want to budge on that.
No, I could like I'm fine with it going on the list,
Mm-hmm.
but like it to me it still doesn't stand out, but like I get it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You know.
Super catchy. Super catchy.
Yeah.
All right.
Some Kind of Tragedy, is that all the way in, or is that on our maybe list?
It's
still?
on our maybe still.
I feel like that's, you know, like it has that feel. Like
Do you need to hear it, Jenny?
I would like to hear it because I have this as like number 35-ish. So I
yeah,
think I
maybe
could be
a little
swayed.
revisit might do some good.
God, yes.
Yeah.
God, yes.
That was so.
Just picture yourself at a high school party, drinking beer like a bunch of delinquents, but having fun and not really causing a lot of trouble.
I'm gonna
A
pause.
couple of people were up to no good, starting trouble.
Yeah, I'm gonna pause a couple seconds here to break it up because we have to get to the hook.
Yeah.
David, it's further down the line.
Yeah.
I thought the first one was right there. That's okay. All right, so I'm down with some kind of tragedy man in there. 1, 2, 3. We got 7 in.
Okay.
This is going pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
2 that keep coming back to me are Shuck and Jive and the Staggering Genius, because I feel like those are super, super great riff work.
Yeah, Staggering Genius I wrote had a really good groove.
Let's see.
I don't have notes on either one of those.
Play Staggering Genius again. Cause I remember Shuck and Jive was pretty obvious. I was just like, that was a good one, but I want to remember Staggering Genius some more.
Yes. There it is.
Yeah, because everything's that tight line. From, it starts with the bass and then everybody's there.
Yeah. Tell you, Superdrag is gonna be really high on my favorite bands lists.
Yeah, they feel listening to some of this stuff, and I think of that was 2002, and I'm thinking of where I was I'm out of high school and then first year of the Navy and everything else like that and whatnot. I'm like, this is kind of Foo Fighter-esque to me.
Yeah, that's
and
how
that weird whatever they did at that year just speaks to you.
Yeah.
Immensely.
All right, I'm going to play a little bit of Shuck and Jive, too, just to see if we can't move the needle on that. God bless. Listen to
So dirty.
Yes. God.
It's tough.
I know.
It's tough.
I know.
I mean,
let's see.
if I were to choose between those two, I'm going to go with Genius over Shuck and Jive.
I think so, too.
But both good, but definitely I would say Genius is the better song.
Yeah, I liked how it started out with that groove at the beginning. And
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so let's lose Shuck and Jive.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else we got here?
I was looking at Really Through.
Really through.
Yeah, that was on my list.
That one.
It just has the era, that
Yeah.
90s, super 90s sound.
And I don't think we have anything else from 8-Track. So
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah. I think this one started out slower, but because I would listen to the beginning, I'm like, okay, and then I would skip ahead and
yeah,
see where it went, and then I'm like,
it's definitely not as strong at the beginning as some of the other ones,
Yeah.
but it, I think it
Yeah.
shows that they're pretty well rounded in
Yeah.
their sound.
I have no problem putting Really through.
Mhm.
I'm trying to pull it from Spotify.
Yeah, a way to do it, but probably not with the programs you're running.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we got one left.
Oh my
Oh
God!
boy!
This is actually
All right,
one
what's
of the-
still on the list?
Okay, so we have She's a Holy Grail, The Art of Dying, Cheap Poltergeist, Antichrist, No Inspiration, and My Prayer. I've already got Some Kind of Tragedy, Senorita, and Ursa Major and Keep It Close to Me. I'm pretty much A-okay with any of these going in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like, I mean,
God, this is tough.
Yeah.
It's tough.
This is what I had. This
I would
was
say
my trouble
Holy
getting
Grail's
into
better than No Inspiration as far as a slower ballady song. And then, what were some of the other ones?
Art of Dying, Cheap Poltergeist, Antichrist, My Prayer.
With the Antichrist one was
So do you
good.
agree with that, Jenny? If of the two, Holy Grail over Inspiration?
Yes,
'Cause
definitely.
Let's at least get one of them
For
eliminated out of
me,
the way.
between the ones left on the list, I favor Holy Grail and Art of Dying.
Okay.
Play Art of Dying. I can't remember if that was on my list or not.
It wasn't on mine, so it had to have been on yours.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. Yeah, play Art of Dying again because it was an honorable mention for me.
This one definitely starts out a little bit slower, though. It builds.
Yeah.
Did I scroll past it?
That one.
I had to have, because I'm already.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's the last one on Head Trip.
Yeah.
How did I miss it then? There it is.
Because you scroll past it, that's how you missed it.
Because
No.
I'm silly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You know, we got plenty of punchy guitars, and I have no problem putting another.
Yeah.
See, it's
The
right
other
about
end
here
of-
that it kind of.
Yeah.
I know we only get 15 seconds, but it's like
Yeah.
that was like right at the part that it's like it really picks up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no problem putting that one through. It's on.
Yeah,
both
because
yours.
we need some
got some
variety to the
versatility
list.
here.
Yeah.
So, all right, we got Destination Ursa Major. I can talk, I swear.
Yeah.
Keep it close to me. Senorita, Going Out, Some Kind of Tragedy, Death Blow to Your Pride, Do the Vampire, The Staggering Genius, Really Through, and The Art of Dying.
That's
I
a good
like
list.
it.
That's a
Yeah.
damn good list. And
Yeah.
again, if you never heard of Superdrag, I guarantee you will.
You're
Yeah.
gonna find something that you like in that
On
list.
the list, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. That covers, like a range of discography, a range of what they've done within their catalog, as far as song stylings and everything else. Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, it's we did a little overtime. So it happens from time to time.
Yeah.
I just want to take a second to remind you folks, patreon.com/Radio Free Radio is where you can go, and you can help us out greatly, man. $1 a month, that's all it takes. You get everything that we do here at the station. That's not an exaggeration. We did a TVZ last week. It wasn't really a TVZ, but it was a TVZ. Taurus was here. It went out on our
Yeah.
Patreon. You can get that. $1 a month, it gets you everything that we do. And if that isn't enough for you, you're helping a small business, man. You help keep this smile on my face, baby. All that being said, Superdrag, learn them and love them, people. Beastie Boys next week. We'll see you.
Ooh.
Bob France and James Duvall.
Oh, wow. That'd be a good one.
Yes. Have a good night. We'll see you soon.